Hello, welcome back and welcome in. My name is Nikki Wheeler. If you're interested in gaming, go subscribe to my other channel and follow my Twitch to see my gaming live. Now, let's start this video. Today, I will be discussing Tamino. He's a Belgian-Egyptian singer, most notable for his song Indigo Night or Habibi. Both are on his debut album Amir. Throughout this album, Tamino is joined by a collective of Arabic musicians. The BBC hailed Amir as the new sound of the Nile. It was an ode to Tamino's grandfather, Muharrem Fuad. The first song I wanted to talk about on this album was Indigo Night. It is about a young man full of despair, the traveler's son who meets a group of girls who shows him some good in life. That night makes him feel better than he has ever felt before. There are many good meanings to the actual title, one being the literal night sky with the purple hue, secondly being it represents a state of daydreaming, as if no one is watching. For the young man in the song, this is probably a mind-freeing experience. And a third possible meaning is drugs. Indigo is used to describe certain drugs and can give the more alive than ever experience. The song captures the idea of finding beauty and hope, which can be present even in the darkest of times with its sheer vitality, enfolding you in wisp of imposing majestic sound. Next, I wanted to talk about Habibi, the lead track on the album. It's a love song about unrequited love and longing. The lyrics express the singer's struggle to move on from a lost love and accept that it might never happen. He longs to be reunited with his past love and feels the loneliness of being apart. The chorus serves as a reminder that even though the love is lost, a flickering flame still remains. The singer speaks of the bittersweet reality that his love is not to be, but the bond is still there, burning brightly in his heart. Now, one of my favorites off this album was Tummy. Tamino had admitted that he was drunk while writing the song, so it was totally abstract and depends on how you actually interpret it. I did find an easier way of interpreting it, and that is with pretty much any song, and that is lyric by lyric. But together, as a whole, the song, I believe, is about finding your true colors and how tough the journey can be and the inner conflicts you'll have to face along the way. In the song, it seems like he says he's used sex as a way to gain some sort of confidence, but needs a better and true way of embracing himself. While the song was released before he was extremely popular, it can also be seen as that uncomfortable feeling of idolization from fans or people that truly don't know him. I'm no longer found, love got all my dime, I'm no longer found. Persephone is the last track on the album, and the lyrics convey a destructive love story from the perspective of Hades, the ruler of the underworld who abducted the Greek goddess Persephone, his bride, from Earth. The song starts with Hades admitting his true intentions of breaking Persephone's heart by bringing up the fact that he gave her a flower that was bound to wither. He then reminds her of the warning he gave her when she first bathed in this river, emphasizing that he tried to tell her that he would not let her go so easily. Even when he masked himself in this form of protection under his wings, he confirms that being near him could only bring her harm, and is cruel to hold her down by his side. However, despite his dark nature, there is something in her love for him that makes him feel alive and full of light. Persephone has grown to love him even though she constantly fears him as well. The overall tone of this song is eerie but mesmerizing, creating a sense of dark, mystical journey for the listener. Tamino then later released a deluxe version of Amir that added 2 songs and demos and live versions of previous songs. Next is his second studio album, Sahar, released in September of 2022. It is 10 songs and includes Sunflower, The First Disciple, and A Drop of Blood. Sunflower featured Angel, a French-Belgian singer. Tamino has stated, the song is inspired by Greek mythology and the love story between the nymph Clytie and the sun god Apollo. After the god abandons the nymph, she cries so much that she turns into a sunflower. He then said he added a character to this story who falls in love with the flower and protects it, with the love being unrequited. Now, with A Drop of Blood, the bigger underlying theme is faith, or the struggle with it. The song is essentially a plea for faith, a willingness to see the God in this world and in turn bring more good to it. I see it as a way of being rather than a way of thinking. Faith is a huge topic in the world, whether it comes from Christianity or any other religion. I think God can be defined in many ways, and with that, so can faith. Faith is simply trust, putting your trust into something or someone. Acts of faith are more broad than most think. I think this song describes this perfectly. And now, onto the first disciple. This song is, to me, a good successor to Tummy, as I interpreted it to be about himself and his rise in popularity, while he was completely silent on social media. To me, it was like he is a shame in retrospect to his younger self, since his intention is to not quote unquote be popular, and his presence was to some degree misunderstood. Many started comparing him to an ancient god. To me, it seems like "they would pay any price to kiss your skin, don't tell me that is loving" line was definitely directed towards those people, and that as a topic. Another track on this record I was completely blown away with was Only Our Love. Love has been more of an act of worship than a mutual reciprocation of feelings for Tamino. He's inclined to devote the entirety of his soul to another, singing, "I got nothing on my mind but love," encapsulating this all-consuming passion with the solemn chords on the track. He has come to terms with his inability to have any authority over his love and is content to leave things as they are. He only has the courage to speak up when asking one question: is it true that our love will rule? A question that remains unanswered as the track comes to a close, becoming yet another query left up to the whims of the universe. And with that, I think I'll move into the rankings for the albums, and there are only 2 albums, so it will definitely be a little difficult to put one over the other, because they're both insanely good and calming. So, I believe at number 1 I'd put Amir, and number 2 is Sahar. The sound of Tamino's music is ethereal and soul-crushing. In the background of his songs, you can hear drums beat hand in hand with Tamino slow finger-picking the guitar, creating a syncopated rhythm with an Arabic flair. On the album Amir, Tamino actually uses the oud, which allows him to play quarter notes, which is an essential part of Arabic scales. He also utilized Middle Eastern vocal techniques that invoke a wide range of octave melodies and gloriously embeds his homage to Middle Eastern culture in his music, and that allows for understanding of the culture and how he is proud of it. Tamino is for many an important figure because he represents 2 worlds: the Middle Eastern percussion and quivering voice, and the Western's longing for the meaning in life and pursuit of love. His songs are slow and beautiful, and I love the Arab inflection he manages to weave into his songs, and I highly suggest his music to anyone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, bye guys.